Work the case. Isolate the facts. Find the truth. Let's go over what we know so far. Who are the players in this game? Well, we got the Vice Gambling Consortium, an organization from outside of Draft League City who still runs the gambling rings within the walls. The DLPD let them do their business in return for information. When the Battle Resort was bought out, I suspected it was their doing, so Kyle I was dispatched to investigate. A lot of good that did us. He went dark weeks ago, so I sent in Coach Shroom to find out what was going on. I figured Joey Know-How was up to his old tricks, trying to find a new way to grab power in Draft League City through the Consortium. But Amel's defection from his group led us down another path. Seems like Joey was running an investigation of his own and got himself betrayed along the way. So let's talk about Amel. One of the best battlers around, and it was looking like he was the one making a play. But the leader of the Consortium? I doubt it. The Consortium were doubles battlers, and that didn't fit Amel's MO. Seemed to me that Amel had gone over to the other side to get himself new allies, and with Coach Shroom looking like he was out of the running to get any further in the league, I was at a loss. Might be time to focus on the new faces. Shroom's next opponent was Olivia. My sources said that she had been a part of the Consortium for quite some time, and she was very good at what she did. But chances are she'd be appraised with DLPD involvement at the Battle Resort, so I couldn't reach out to her directly. Looked like Shroom was gonna have to try and win his way into some intel, and that weren't gonna be an easy task.
Hello everyone, Shroomraver here, and welcome to week number 7 of the SPL. Yes indeed, last week we took another loss to leave us at still just the one win actually. And it doesn't get any easier because today we're going to be taking on Olivia and the Liyue Harbor Glaze Lilligants. Her links down in the description below, along with everyone else. Make sure you check them out. This, I believe, is our first time this season coming up against like a bona fide VGC player. I'm scared. Olivia is a very good player, and she's made some changes to her team, dropping some pretty premier threats that I was very scared of, including Garchomp and Conkeldurr. However, she picked up some mons that I'm equally afraid of and can do a really good job for her. So, she can choose from Raging Bolt, Volcanion, Alolan Ninetales, Crocodile, Tornadus Therian, Metagross, Vivillon, Glaceon, and Trevenant. So there are some pretty premier things going on there. Alolan Ninetales obviously is Vale Central. She has been killing it with Volcanion. Terra, especially Fairy, on Raging Bolt is always a terrifying thing to face. I've seen it do things in VGC. Crook came in to replace Garchomp. It can do a lot of similar things to it, including getting Intimidates off. Tornadus Therian you don't see as often, I'm told, as Tornadus Incarnate. Metagross is terrifying. And then you've got those bottom three, like Trevenant is a threat I take seriously. Vivillon, Glaceon under the snow can fire off very powerful blizzards if it's Specs, for example. And Vivillon we're taking very seriously. It has that very unique niche combination of Friend Guards, Compound Eyes, Sleep Powder, and Rage Powder. So it can redirect, it can slow the game down, it can shut things down, and it can give defensive boosts alongside the Aurora Veil to its teammates. So there's a lot of things we need to take care of here. And given that Olivia has brought in Crocodile, Metagross, and the Vivillon, I'm expecting at least a couple of those to be coming. So we're going to try and prep for the problematic Vivillon with starting off with Safety Goggles Incineroar, which will be able to be immune to Sleep Powder and ignore what's it called, Rage Powder. to get some fake outs off potentially onto either it or the Alolan Ninetales. If neither of them are Terra Ghost, I'm kind of expecting at least one of them to be. Fake out, Flare Blitz, Brick Break, and Parting Shot. A lot of my game plan here is to stop that Aurora Veil going up, because that, alongside Friend Guard, could be devastating to me. So we've foregone the likes of Knockoff or Darkest Lariat to put Brick Break on there to try and get rid of that screen if it is able to go up. Next up, we have Terra Electric Citrus Berry. What's it called? Primarina. It is very specially defensive with a fair amount of speed. The Incineroar, I should say, is also very big into HP and speed. But here we have Dazzling Gleam, Terra Blast, Helping Hand, Protect. This, hopefully, with Terra Electric, should be able to deal with the Volcanion. Outside of like rogue, very powerful Earth powers. Get some big Terra Blast damage off, Helping Hand things next to it do big damage. For example, my Assault Vest Mamoswine. This is Terra Water, once again to try and get around the likes of the Volcanion, things like the Metagross as well. We have Oblivious on there to avoid the Intimidate from the Crook. I don't feel the need here to run Thick Fat. Ninetales is fairly weak as a mon, and the AV should be able to help us get around the Volcanion a little bit. Earthquake, Ice Crush, Heavy Slam, and Trailblaze. Yeah, if I can get some speed up with Mamo to be able to outrun the likes of the Crook, the Vivian, things like that, Mamoswine, as ever, can put in a huge amount of damage. Then we have something a little bit more experimental. Again, this is all about getting around that Aurora Veil. We have Choice Scarfed Duraludon coming in here. Terra Fire, which will allow us to be hitting the Metagross, as well as the Alolan Ninetales. We can lock in on that. We've also got Draco Meteor, Flash Cannon, and Snarl. Snarl on there because this is a very specially based team. You're really only looking at the Crocodile, Metagross, and Trevenant going physical. So if we can start spamming Snarls into a very specially offensive based team, we could be in a good position to do some damage elsewhere. Then we have our second Terra Electric mon, Focus Sash Iron Val, coming in with Dazzling Gleam, Thunderbolt, Coaching, and Wide Guard. That Fairy into Electric coverage goes pretty well into Olivia's team. Coaching is fairly standard on my guys. On my Violent, I love running it next to Mamoswine. Could also be good for the Incineroar. And we have Wide Guard on there. I have watched back all of Olivia's games multiple times. She does seem to like to run multi-hitting target moves. So having Wide Guard on there to prevent the likes of Blizzards, Heat Wave, Icy Wind especially, it could be useful to have Wide Guard on there to prevent against those, while still doing a decent amount of damage. We've got a hefty amount of Spadef investment, just to be able to tank at least one hit, excuse me, from the Volcanion, if it isn't like Specs or Life Orb or something like that, and certainly the Ninetales. Final member of the team is going to be Terra Fairy, Eject Pack, Hydreigon. We have Draco Meteor, Earth Power, Flash Cannon, and Tailwind. Tailwind, very useful to be able to try and outgun some of those faster pieces on Olivia's team. And Terra Fairy to at least be neutral to most of the things that Volcanion can do, and indeed the Raging Bolt as well. So yeah, that is the team that I'm going to be rocking with. I'm super nervous about this. Like I say, Olivia is, I think, the first out-and-out VGC player I've faced this season. She is very good at the game. She's very good at what she does. But we are going to give it our best shot as ever. So let's get into the battle screen and see what Olivia has decided to bring against us. I'm going to do my lead. So Raging Bolt, Water, Taunty, Flying, Vivian, Ghost, Canyon, Fairy, Ninetales, Ghost, Metagross, Water. We'll have Maxing and I think we'll go Mam in the back. This is the lead I said I would do. And I'm going to stick with the lead I said I was going to do. So, here we go. So there's no Crook, Glaceon, or Trevenant. I'm surprised there's no Crook. But a couple of ghosty boys. It's Vivian and Alola Tails. Is that the lead? Ah, it's the worst case scenario lead. This I was kind of hoping not to have to deal with. There's the Snow Warning. There's the Intimidate. From wasn't enough. So this is Terra Fairy Volcanion. And it's Terra Ghost Alola Tails. I kind of want to fake out into you. I could Snarl. But I think... we Flash Cannon. And hope that they don't immediately go for the Terra Ghost on Ninetales. I'm hoping that they think they can get that screen up. And then I fake out into the Volk. Oh, it's Protect. Okay. So we can fake out into you. And Flash Cannon there. And okay, so we get the flinch there. So the Tails has Protect. How much is Incineroar taking from a Volcanion at level 50? So much. I think... because if the Volcanion has no speed, we do outpace. I think... I Brick Break here. And I just Flash Cannon, because I do outspeed. Oh, it's Babiri. Okay. There's the Babiri Berry. Okay. There's the Aurora Veil. There's the Steam Eruption. That's just going to kill us. Okay. Good to know. So, Steam E. So, Duraludon, Incin X Volk. What is going to be the play here? You at least are sashed. Mamoswine. I believe outspeeds you. I want to go maxing. We could see another Protect come in, but do they want to do that? I don't know. I think we can Thunderbolt into you. We are Choice Scarfed. So we should be able to get rid of the Alola Tails. Let me just double check that. So Thunderbolt going into Shibrus and Flash Cannon going into the Alola Tails. Okay, so Duraludon KOs Alola Tails. That's good. Here's the Thunderbolt. That's going to do some good damage. And there's the Steam Eruption, which we will live on our Sash. Oh, we don't even get take down to Sash. Okay, that's good to know. So Volcanion versus Iron Vow. Steam Eruption. Oh, so you're not modest. You're not fully. You're not specs. So that makes sense. So there should be a bullet punch coming in. And probably an attack from... It should be bullet punch from Metagross into Valiant. And possibly a Steam Eruption coming in there. So I'm just going to do this. And just in case they Terra. Yeah, so it's BP. That's going to take me out. BP, Val, X, Meta. Here comes my Flash Cannon. It's going to do nothing. That's fine, I guess. It is Citrus. Okay, it is Citrus. And there's the Steam Eruption. This shouldn't kill. And doesn't. So now in comes Mamoswine. The Metagross is Terra Water. We are absolutely going to Terra here. And I think we kind of have to Earthquake. We kind of have to Earthquake. It's, you know, it's going to hurt the Duraludon. I can try and break a Sash. But, I mean, if you're timid, Mamo should outspeed. So we're going to try and break a Sash. We're going to Terra on Mamo. If it is Sash meta, then we break it. And that's good. We go Terra Water. We're AV. Chivros is going to go for Protect. There's the Bullet Punch. That does nothing. We can go for the Flash, and, you know, if it's Sashed, it's broken. Obviously, there is still an Aurora Veil up on my opponent's side, which is tough. We're going to have to try and get around that. Mamo's going to take out Duraludon. Duraludon is carried by Mamo, technically. So there's that. The snow stops. I believe they have one turn of Veil left. We just Earthquake. There's no reason not to. It depends on whether we can live these hits. There's Steam Eruption, please don't burn. And there's Psychic Fangs, please don't kill. It doesn't kill, but the Bullet Punch is going to. Damn, that's a shame. Okay, so Mamo is carried by Metagross, I assume. Damn. Okay, so 0-3 loss going on there. There's the BP. Can we live? No, okay. So, that was not great. First time we've lost more than 2-0. That's a shame. Okay. So, we know that it's a Babiri Berry on the Alola Tails. Right. Let's see what adjustments we can make. The Fake Out was okay. I don't think necessarily going with you is the best option now. I think perhaps we go Lux Maxing and a Mamo lead, maybe? No, we're going to go Lux Maxing in you, and then we're going to go Mamo in the back. With
Who do I want else in the back? I think Hydreigon might be a good one here. Let's try this, because we maintain the pressure with our Scarf. We just don't bring Incin, who did okay there, but then just immediately died. If we had one less turn of that Veil, then we would have been in a really good position, because I think we would have just taken out those two Mons. So now it is Ninetales Metagross. Snow Warning is in, of course. I think I want to... You're a real problem. I could Terra Blast, actually. Yeah, actually, I quite like that. If we were to Thunderbolt into you and Terra Blast into you. Yeah, let's do that. So let's go. Val and Duraludon with Mamo and Hydra in the back. I mean, Fire's pretty good into Olivia's team. There's the Protect. We did double into the that thing, the Metagross. That's good damage. We go for the Thunderbolt as well. And there's the Psychic Fangs, which takes us down to our Sash. Which is fine. I think what I could do here is coaching. And get my defense up. Is that the best play? I think it might be. And then Terra Blast into Metagross again. Yeah, let's do that. So there's the Bullet Punch. Okay, so we don't get coaching off. Val is KO'd by Meta again, unfortunately. We are going to take out the Metagross here. So Duraludon KOs Metagross. We get the Terrified Terra Blast off, which is good. And now we see this probably going to go for the Veil again. Yep, there's the Veil. I think we go Mamoswine here. We definitely go Mamoswine here. And in comes Chivrus, which is you. I am going to go into Hydreigon. And I'm going to... because we know the Ninetales has Protect. But I think we just go for it anyway. So I'm going to go back out with Mamoswine. Let's pull the double, go into Hydreigon to try and take a Steam Eruption. They are going to Terra. Is that going to be the Ninetales? It's going to be the Volcanion. Okay. There's the Protect, which I figured was going to be coming out. There's Terra Blast from me.
Forgot I was scarfed for a second there. And that's going to be a steam eruption. That's going to destroy me. Ah, damn it. Made a terrible play there. So Duraludon is KO'd by Volcanion. Good read on Olivia's part. Really good read. So now in comes Mamo. I think... Because you're Terra Fairy. Mamoswine's Heavy Slam does nothing. The Icicle Crash does more. But it's behind Veil. This is why I should have run Iron Head. I think I have to Flash and Crash. Quite honestly, I think I need to flinch it. Unfortunately, I think I need to flinch it. There's Icy Wind. Mamoswine avoids. Crit Icy Wind onto Hydreigon is not ideal. And we miss an Icicle Crash. That's tough. That's really tough. Because now Steam Eruptions, it's going to Terra Blast into me here. That's going to be Hydra dead. So Hydra is KO'd by you, Mr. Volcanion. How many turns do they have left of the Veil? 2 turns. Yeah, I mean, not really a whole lot I can do here, because behind Veil, behind Aurora Veil, this Earthquake's going to do nothing. The Icicle Crash is going to do, like, I just have to flinch the thing. There's an Icy Wind. Kind of wish I'd kept the Clear Amulet on now. My speed is down. They're going to just kill us with Steam Eruption. Yeah, that's tough. And that was just a straight up 4-0. We just got destroyed. I mean, what can you do about that? I thought I'd prepped quite well for oh no, it was a 3-0. I thought I'd prepped quite well for the Veil there. Didn't count on the Babiri, unfortunately, and I think being locked in is always going to be a risk in VGC when you only have a limited amount of switches to go on. And, you know, Olivia played a good game there. She made a really good call on my switch out. Which, yeah, kind of just left me in the dust. She always had the Terra battle won, unfortunately. So yeah, not really a whole lot we could have done there. We were outplayed. We were outclassed by, quite simply, a better player on the day. So big shout out to Olivia. Very well played. Hugely deserving win. Unfortunately, that is definitely our weakest performance of the league so far. Really didn't put in a very good showing. I'm a little bit disappointed in myself. But, you know, like I say, we came up against just a better player in the end. And my prep for the Veil wasn't good enough, and my team comp to try and avoid my own attacks wasn't good enough either. But, you know, that is just the way it goes sometimes. So yeah, that is going to wrap things up from here. Unfortunately for me, fortunately for Olivia, she goes marching onwards. Make sure to check out her channel, links down in the description. She has fantastic content, she has some really good graphics as well, she does a really awesome job of explaining everything that her team's all about. So I highly recommend you go check her stuff out. But I'm getting out of here, I've rambled on for far too long, so my final thank you to you all for watching, and I guess with that, I'll see you next time. Laters.